guys, it's Bobby Hughes here with Hollow Point Firearms, and today I'm going to bring you guys a video out of the H&R project, the H&R series videos. And what we're going to do is go ahead and get started on working on our barrel. I've got the frame heat oil blued, and I'm waiting on a couple of new parts. There's a couple of things that I wasn't happy with on the guts on the inside, so I've got those on order. So I can't finish those up right now. So we're just waiting on those to get back to come in or whatever. So that's on hold right now. So I figured what I would do. We've got the furniture going. It's got a setup for 24 hours. So what we'll do is go ahead and start working on the barrel. All right. The first step in working on the barrel, bluing a barrel, it's not hard, but the way we're going to be doing it is probably going to be one of the coal bluing, all right, and it's going to be a little bit different than what we've done with the Winchester 1906 bluing, all right. Basically the same concept. We're just not dunking the barrel in water. And so if you can get away with, if you want to, redo a shotgun or a rifle or whatever, if you can get away with not re-bluing the barrel, then don't blue it. I mean, if the bluing's good on it, there's no reason to fix it. My dad used to say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So, we wouldn't. But since we're changing the whole appearance of this shotgun, I got to looking at the barrel, and my plan at first was to not re-blue it. I was just going to leave it as is. But I started looking, and, it's got some wear on the barrel, some scratches and stuff from where it's been leaned up against things and stuff like that. So since we're into it, we might as well do it. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started on re-bluing this barrel. Alright guys, so on my bench in here, I don't have a barrel vise. And you don't want to put a barrel, especially a shotgun barrel, in a vise that's not designed for barrels. Okay? If you do, you're liable to pinch it, put a dent in it, whatever. So what I've done is I've come up with a little way just to hold the barrel sturdy and tight. So what I've done is I've taken a couple of blocks of wood, little 2x2s, laid them on my bench, and I've used some clamps to hold those in place on the edge of the bench, and I've used another clamp here that runs across that puts pressure through the wood onto the barrel. Alright, wood's softer than steel, obviously, so if anything gives, it's going to be the wood that gives. And I could pull this out if I wanted to, but it's pretty solid as far as for what we're going to be using it for. So I think that's going to work fine. Alright, the next thing that we need to do before we get started on sanding on this barrel is take the bead side off. Alright, the bead sides are usually held on. They're usually just threaded right into the barrel. So all you need to do is just take a small pair of needle nose pliers, work it loose, and then more than likely be able to take it right out with your fingers. Alright, and that's what it looks like right there. I don't know if you can see that or not. There you go. That's it. That's all the bead side is. So it's just threaded in there. So I'm just going to put that in my box with all my other little small parts. And now we can go ahead and get started. First thing you're going to need is some, I start with 120 grit, cloth back, abrasive paper. Alright. And that's going to be to take the blue off. And also it's going to pull any dents or scratches or divots or anything like that out of it. Just get my apron on here. My wife is always fussing at me about ruining every pair of jeans I have, so she went to I don't know, Ace Hardware or something, got me this Weber grill apron. Works out pretty good because it's long and it's super thick, so try to keep the wife happy. You know how it is. Mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. So anyway, what we're going to do is go ahead and get started on taking this bluing off and getting our first coat on polishing. Basically, that's what you're doing right now, is polishing steel. Alright, it's just we have to get the blue off first. They make chemicals that will remove bluing. Alright, and basically what that is are those, I think I've talked about this before, the same company, the Birchwood Casey, that makes the stock finish. They also make a bluing kit. It's called Perma Blue, and basically it's garbage. Alright, I love Birchwood Casey for their stock products, but their bluing products are pretty much garbage. So Normally, if you were to use that kit, though, it comes with bluing remover, and you can remove the bluing and then degrease it and then re-blue it all in one little kit. This takes a little bit more time, but you're going to have a lot better finish. So anyway, what we do is we just place the cloth back abrasive right on the barrel and then work it in a polishing motion. Another way you can do this too, guys, if you have a lathe, you can put the barrel in the lathe, and as the barrel spins, you just hold the cloth back abrasive to it and let it take the bluing off. I don't have a lathe, just so you guys are kind of familiar with, what's going on with me. I'm not a licensed gunsmith, all right? I haven't been to school for it. I haven't been licensed to do it. I don't do it for a living. You guys know I'm in the Army, that's what I do. My plan right now is I've been looking at a school in North Carolina. From what I can tell, it's one of the better gunsmithing schools. The only catch is there's a 2.5-year waiting list right now, which is okay because I got 2 years left in the Army. So it'll kind of work out perfect. By the time I finish the Army, I will be able to go right into gunsmithing school, use my GI Bill for that. And then you guys have heard my plans kind of on, opening my own gun shop and stuff like that. So that's where we're at right now. So, a lot of stuff I don't have. I don't have a lathe. I don't have a mill. I don't have all the extra, all the nice, gunsmithing tools and stuff. But, it's kind of like gunsmithing for the common man right now. So you guys will get kind of the ideas that I use to make it work without the equipment. And this kind of stuff, you can do yourself if you're comfortable with it. But anyway, that's kind of the plan right now. And then opening a gun shop after I get done with gunsmithing school and all that good stuff. But anything big that I run into that I can't do myself, I've got a friend here who's a gunsmith and does a great job. So you guys are in the area, it's what's the name of his little business? Lock, Stock, and Barrel. All right, his name's Chad Lock, and he does all of my stuff that I don't have the tools to do. So good company, really reasonable prices, pretty quick turnaround, great quality work. So I would recommend him anytime. So I'm not going to put his information out on the web just because I haven't asked him if I could put his information out. So if you guys are interested in using him, just let me know. Shoot me an email, a comment or whatever, and I will get in touch with you and give you his information. Alright, so basically what I'm doing is I'm just using my 120 grit, and you can see how polished this down here is already. Using my 120 grit and just working it in a shoe shine motion. Alright guys, so at this point I have finished polishing the whole barrel with 3 grits of sandpaper. We started off with 120 grit cloth back abrasive, then we went to 180 grit cloth back abrasive, and then I went to a 220 grit cloth back abrasive. You can see it puts a pretty nice little shine on it, but I want it to be just a little bit prettier. Alright, so what we're going to do that is I've got some 400 grit wet dry sandpaper. Alright, and I'm going to take it and just dunk it in some water just to get it a little wet. And we'll start right here on the end, and I'll start polishing it with the wet 400 grit sandpaper. Alright, it doesn't take a whole lot with this. Just one pretty much fast pass across there. And I'm only going to go halfway with it because then I'll have to change it around once I get to the other side. I'm just going to run it down through there a couple of times. Alright guys, so that's pretty much the process for polishing a barrel and prepping it for bluing. There's a couple more steps in prepping for bluing, but I'll tell you what we'll do is go over those on the actual bluing video. But as far as polishing goes, that's the process. All right. So just remember, do it in steps. Always do it in a back and forth motion, not a length motion. If you go length with it, then you're going to leave long scratches in the stainless steel, or in this case, that's what this is. But in whatever steel you're using, you'll leave scratches in it. All right. So always go in the back and forth motion and a shoe shine motion. Just use the 3 different grits and stages, and it should give you a really nice polished barrel ready for bluing. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you've got any comments or questions, please leave them in the comments below. Click that like button, and if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. Until next time, guys, get out there and shoot some guns. Be safe, and most importantly, have fun. See you guys. Yeah, just in case you're wondering, that's lipstick. It's because I got a woman. Yeah, she came down here and gave me a kiss. See you guys.